Good morning, children. So, we are studying chapter 5 in history. In this video, I am going to explain you about architecture of Delhi Sultanate and features of Mughal architecture. So, children, the period of Delhi Sultanate saw the birth of a new style of architecture which combined Indian and Islamic traditions. It was known as the Indo-Islamic style. It is a blend of Arabic, Persian, and Indian styles. So the Muslim rulers built several massive buildings like the domes, maqbaras, qillas, mosques, schools, madrasa, palaces or mahals. They built beautiful gardens or baghs and stepped wells called baulis. So one of the earliest buildings to be erected by the Muslims in India was the mosque. It is a place of worship of the Muslims. Unlike the Hindu temples, which were heavily skirted, mosques were simple. Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq built the huge palace fortress called Tughlaqabad. The tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq marked a new trend in architecture. It was built on a higher platform. Its beauty was heightened by a marble dome. So this is Dargah of Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia. During the reign of Sayyid and Lodi kings, tomb architecture evolved further and they have octagonal shape. So the building of this period had some distinctive features. They were using archi- arches, domes and minarets. They have eliminated the need for construction of pillars to support the roof. Unlike the traditional Indian styles, Islam prohibited the depiction of human figures on the buildings. Instead, they were using geometrical and floral designs. Some Indian motifs like the lotus, bell and wheel also started finding place in the Islamic buildings. The most common material to be used in the buildings under the Muslim rule was red sandstone. Later, marble became the favorite material of the Mughal rulers. This is Rajon ki Bauli. It is a step well. It is found mostly in areas with less rainfall. They were constructed to preserve rainwater for all to draw water from it during the dry season. This is Gandak ki Bauli. It is a step well was built by Iltutmish for the Saint Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki. The children in Bengal side, the rulers of Bengal retained its traditional Hindu style and incorporated some features of the Islamic tradition. So Adina Masjid is the example of this. This is a Jami Masjid which is situated at Ahmedabad. It is a combination of Hindu and Muslim styles. This is Mandu Fort. In South India, the tomb of Mahmud Gawan and a madrasa built by him at Bidar. Gol Gumbaz was built by Muhammad Adil Shah. Geometric designs and painted calligraphic specimens have been found on the Gol Gumbaz wall just beneath its gallery at a height of around 100 feet. This is tomb of Itmadullah, Agra. Children, this is aerial view of Taj Mahal. I think many of the children must have seen Taj Mahal. So this is made of white marble and it reflects according to the intensity of sunlight or moonlight. The interior of this has an octagonal marble chamber ornamented with the low relief carvings and semi-precious stones. This is the garden of Taj Mahal. Muslim rulers under the Mughal architecture, the laying of garden is one of the most important aspects. So the garden is set out along classical Mughal lines, a square surrounded by long watercourses with walking paths. You can see here in this picture, fountains and ornamental trees are there, so enclosed by the walls and structure of the complex. Children, this is Jama Masjid. The courtyard of the mosque is huge. The three flights of steps from the north, south and east, all built of red sandstone, leads one inside the masjid. The silver ceiling of the palace of Rang Mahal inside the Red Fort were replaced by copper during the reign of Farooq Siyar. So this is the place of Red Fort, inside the Red Fort. Shah Jahan constructed the Red Fort to serve as the residence of the Mughal emperor after he shifted his capital to Shahjahanabad from Agra. The fort lies along the Yamuna River. The fort has massive red sandstone walls. Children, I have already told you Mughals were always using red sandstone, so it was also built with the help of red sandstone, and which enclose a complex of palaces and entertainment halls projecting balconies, bath and indoor canals, and geometrical gardens as well as ornate mosque. Among the most famous structures of the complex are the Hall of Public Audience, which is called Diwan-e-Aam, which has 60 red sandstone pillars supporting a flat roof, and the Hall of Private Audience, and which is called Diwan-e-Khas, which is smaller with the pavilion of white marble. So this is also in Agra and is also in Delhi also. So that's all about this chapter. I hope you understood about this. Thank you.